rock you through it.
All right, y'all. What's up? Another Sunday night. How you guys doing?
What's up, you
SDFC Fancast.
What's up, you stupid motherfuckers?
Good Lord.
See, I was going to do that to them to shake them up, and Chris stole it from me. I like that you did that, Christopher. But what's up? It's a beautiful Sunday night in San Diego, you guys. It's hot as hell in the room I'm in right now, though. So if I start sweating profusely, it's not, something else. It's just the heat.
Meth.
Fairly alarmed.
No,
here.
it's not that.
It's like that scene in Airplane when he's like steering the plane down. He's just like dripping sweat like crazy.
Oh yeah. But no, we didn't record on Sunday, and so there was about a week and a half gap. We recorded on a Wednesday, and now we're back. Skipped to Sunday, now we're back on Sunday. Back on schedule. So my notes, my personal side notes, are actually the same because I had a chill weekend for once, and I'm doing my back patio, and we bought a grill, so I was grilling, and I'm fixing my garden up. So, and that's the same exact thing I did this weekend too, for the most part.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Last weekend was Colin and I's parents' 50th wedding anniversary, so we had a big dinner for that. Had to do a speech, didn't go over well, but that's okay.
Oh, it was beautiful.
And then the next day was Father's Day, so there was a lot going on, and usually we record on Sundays, and we got a lot of fathers in here, mostly animal fathers, but Keegan actually has humans.
Yeah.
So,
actual children.
yeah, it was a busy day. Happy Father's Day, Keegan.
Gracias, thank you. Better late than ever.
Hey, I texted my dad on Father's Day. We're good. It's all good. But I've been playing Overwatch and Fortnite again. Finally, I was slacking. I played the last 2 weekends, you guys. What?
Fortnite.
Oh hell yeah, fucking dude! I love Fortnite.
What are you, 9?
So much fun. I play with I do this old man crew. Me, my dad, my brother's buddies. We have a good time with it. Hell yeah.
Is it?
Plays
I play with
PUBG,
my
man.
5-year-old.
Get on some PUBG with producer Trevor and I and join the men's league.
Nope, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. I can't. I'm not good with the Twitch shooters. I'm not. I need some. I can't do it. I don't know why. I don't know. Just not in my wheelhouse, as they say.
No.
I don't know.
Whatever floats your boat.
But no, that was it for me for personal stuff. Nothing too exciting going on these weekends. But for San Diego FC stuff, a bunch of exciting shit has been happening. So we signed Chucky Lozano, like we said. Keegan had that amazing mask last episode. That was so funny, dude.
Funny or terrifying?
Still having nightmares about that 2 weeks later.
It fell out of the closet. My kids are terrified of it. And it fell out of my closet randomly, and it was just laying on the ground and sitting in the family room. And my youngest walks in. I just hear him start screaming. I was like, "Oh God, what happened?" And I go in. He's just standing there pointing at the mask. And then my wife got so mad. She's like, "You need to burn that thing. Get it out of here." Because it's so creepy too when it's just on the floor. It's all dark. It was just
so creepy.
God, dude, that is incredible. That's amazing.
How did it fall out of your closet into the family room? It has like legs?
Yeah, it's just a head
doll.
Yeah.
No,
Shit
it's
is
our room.
okay. Shit is haunted as fuck.
Dude, that would be cool. But no, after Chucky Lozano is obviously a huge signing. And so San Diego FC had a big old event at Rady Shell, which we've talked about this venue on the podcast, but it's super, super cool venue. And the event was fucking huge. Dude, I could not believe how many people were there. There were so many people there. I can't give you a number, but it's way more than I thought. I mean, you guys have seen the videos now, all the drone shots and all that shit. But there was 1 million people there. And this guy Lune performed. And everyone was like, "Damn, dude, that's a big deal." And then I really realized how out of touch I am because I hadn't heard of him before. But man, a bunch of ladies were dressed up right up front, trying to get his attention. It was awesome. He did take somebody's phone and took a video while he was on the stage. That was pretty cool. That was some sick shit. It was like a whole concert and everything. It was cool.
Keegs, you were there wearing like a dress and high heels and stuff, right?
He signed my chest.
Oh,
And he saw as a man and punched me. It looked amazing, and like his response too at the press conference where he got emotional was super cool. And then I was surprised by how many people were there. Just looking at the video, it looked insane.
did you watch the press conference? Because I did not watch it, and I had meant to, and I totally slipped my mind.
I just saw like some clips, online, like a couple minutes here and there. But he was like talking about his journey through football and everything. It was like getting emotional, and then to have that big of a party for him, a signing, is super cool. Like he must feel great coming here with that kind of reception.
Oh yeah, and San Diego C's been posting videos and pictures of him like he was at Tacos El Gordo, which is amazing timing because I was just getting videos of that same location where the workers were getting into fights because some customers were acting stupid, and went like try to get behind the thing to be aggressive, and they were like, "Hell no!" And they threw down. Did this awesome video you can find on Instagram.
Nice.
So they went to that location. I was like, "Hell yeah, doing it up right. I like it."
Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise to see that big of a turnout. I wasn't there, but all the videos was just bonkers. There were so many people there. Really cool to see. I aside from Messi, I would be curious to see what other DP signing has had that kind of reception, aside from maybe Beckham as well. Maybe Ibrahimovic too. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy to see. It's awesome. I think it's a good indicator of what the fan base is going to be like when we kick off next year.
Yeah, dude, I'm pumped. And no, going to that was again like that was probably the best kind of look at what a game would feel like. People were chanting and there were hella drums and smoke, and the supporters groups were like staying together and marched in and everything. And it was really cool that way. I saw Steve from the locals, which dude, I'm just realizing I gotta text you back. What's up? Sorry. But he's listened to the podcast, so thank you. And yeah. So yeah, it was cool. And again, starting to get more familiar and learning people's names too at the events because I'm horrible with that, but it's getting easier and easier recognizing faces and all that. So it's really cool. I'm glad that we're getting involved early. This is sick. So
I also saw that, Keegan showed me this actually. Manny Machado did like a welcome video for Chucky as well, which is really cool. Love to see him
wearing the
involved.
hat that Colin's wearing right now, right? In that video.
The old man hat?
I believe he was, yeah.
Can't beat an old man hat.
Yeah, hell yeah. He also just funded he helped fund a homeless shelter in National City, I think, which is super amazing. Manny Machado did. Yeah.
He's like all San Diego now.
Dude, I love it. And I hope Chucky Lozano is the same because the city is sick. Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. But no, I hope I gotta imagine he's already fallen in love with it. I would hope so. I don't see how you couldn't.
Family's probably loving it.
Well, yeah, he built a fucking mansion on Coronado. Of course he's loving it.
Well,
really?
Yeah.
That ain't too shabby.
Oh, hell yeah. Good for him, dude. Stay away from the riffraff like us and your own little island. Good call.
Gee, that's a good call, man.
It is. That's smart. Smart.
Pretty short commute to Petco from Coronado. He probably takes his own boat across the bay.
Right.
Just swims for his warm up before the game.
On Fridays, the Navy SEALs take him in a helicopter over.
Yeah.
The locals escort him across the bay.
That'd be so sick.
It's pretty cool to see like the hype of this team from like we went to the logo unveiling, which there was a lot of people there at Snapdragon, but then from the Chrome Ball tour, them going around, how the crowd seemed to be getting bigger and bigger at each stop, to then the Chucky signing, which is massive. Like by the time the season actually starts, it's going to be crazy. Like they're getting so much support early on already. So it's really cool to see.
Here's a funny hypothetical for you. And
I'm ready.
The only reason I bring this up is just because of where we are at geographically. But if we were to sign Kevin De Bruyne, do you think the reaction and the turnout would be equally as big for his, welcome party or whatever? Or do you think the Chucky one, because we're so, close to Mexico and he has such a cultural significance here, that he would actually generate more buzz than Kevin De Bruyne here? Which, on a grand scale of things, you would think, from a player caliber, De Bruyne is, in my opinion, better than Chucky. I don't think there's many arguments there. But yeah, it's interesting hypothetical thoughts. Discuss.
I don't know. I want to say yes, just because he's like such a big name, but I genuinely do not know because so many people at the event had Mexico Lozano jerseys. So it's like he's already has a big following from the Mexican national team. And something it's funny you talk about this, Chris, is because I read another article about the U.S. national team, kind of the U.S. people in the U.S. following it like as a club team, where they just watch the U.S. when they play, like the international team, they don't follow a club like an MLS or stuff like that. And I feel like if any country is similar to that, it might be Mexico. But correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody's listening. But I feel like in those regards, I don't think so, Chris, because I wouldn't imagine there's a bunch of people living in San Diego with Belgium De Bruyne jerseys. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Cole.
Oh no, yeah. I just I think the cultural thing is a big part of it, but I think he would have a huge reception, KDB, either way. I think the team is just like what they're building and like what they're trying to establish is just garnered such an audience for like the hardcores, and then once it expands into like the actual season, you get kind of the soft cores falling in. I think just the reception's going to be big.
Keegan, I saw your smirk.
For any of these like pretty high level signings that we're getting.
Yeah. Take a note so we can cut that and make it into a short reel.
Yeah, boy, there was a lot wrapped in what I just said. I apologize.
Could really be taken out of context.
Yeah. So funny.
And we're gonna do that. We're gonna post it on Instagram just because it's funny. No, but San Diego FC is making other moves. Hired Tyler Heaps. TJ is his nickname, I guess, but he's the chief soccer officer for San Diego FC. So we thought we were going to get a Viña as like technical director or something like that. But then that fell through. And now I just read that Monaco is going to be taken over by the Saudis and get a ton of money pumped into them. And I'm wondering, is that by Viña figured out that was going to happen? And that's why he stayed at Monaco? Who knows? Maybe so, maybe not. But we hired TJ Heaps, and I looked up his LinkedIn, and he's a data analyst. He's a numbers guy. He's worked. He worked for U.S. Soccer. He worked for other people that is escaping me right now. But like reputable, very reputable, and he seems to know his shit and have good experience. And he's married to Lindsay Oren. So Horan, how do you pronounce that?
U.S. women's national team
and all around stud. Yeah. So soccer royalty, that couple. You know what I'm saying?
So
he was at the press conference too, I believe, when they unveiled Chucky.
Chief Soccer Officer is his title, Keegan, and he was with Monaco and U.S. Soccer, and then he was with the Right to Dream prior to this as well, I believe. So he has experience with the Right to Dream, which is a good transitionary.
There was like a little blurb saying it made it seem like he was already involved in the team, like before his title and all that was like official, is what it feels like. It feels like he was already working alongside, and maybe now it's official or something, or maybe he was working under Right to Dream. I don't know. It's interesting. But I'd be curious. I want to ask him questions like, how do you calculate XG? What is XG? I know what it stands for. How do you come up with these numbers? What are you looking at? How do you moneyball soccer, dude? You can't like on base percentage, like you just look at goals scored, because anybody can do that. Obviously, that's not it. So I'm actually really curious. Like, what do you like? How many sprints they do per game? How many times they touch the ball and progress it? Or I don't fucking know. I would love to know what numbers go into that shit.
Funny you bring that up because I was just trying to look some of that up the other day because I like baseball stats a lot because they have stats, and same with football for like everything. But soccer is so much different. There isn't much you can go on. There's no like goal passing percentage, I guess, or like in defense you could kind of do tackles, but not much that really breaks like all of it down like a lot of other sports, you know.
Mr. Heaps, what is offsides? I think there's tons of data that I think you can track at soccer, like in terms of, you know, distance ran per match, or even just like how well people control a ball versus not controlling it well. I mean, there's tons of different data that you can dive into, which if we turn this into my cool fantasy football idea, then or fantasy soccer idea, it would be really cool.
That's the thing is I'm curious. There is a ton of data you can collect, but what's the data you actually utilize, and how is it utilized? Like, what are the next steps after that? Because there's a ton of data collected. Like, there's the problem now is siphoning through it, or whatever the fucking term is, fast. I used to work in computers in this stuff, so the problem is there's so much data collected now that there's enough storage for it, but not like enough powerful computers to sift through that data and use it, like make it usable data, so that's why I'm curious about this stuff, is I used to work a little bit in that realm. As you can tell, I was on the sales side and not engineer, because I sound like an idiot, but yeah, that's what we used to do. So that's another reason I'm curious. How can I use AWS to help me with fantasy soccer? Give me an algorithm.
I think a lot of it will be based off of the team we're playing. So, like, statistically, what are these teams' weaknesses in terms of data, and what are our strengths in terms of data, and how can we turn that into a positive result? That'd probably be a pretty significant part of that. And then also players that their data fits in with our style of play. Those are the types of players that we'll in turn go after in order to, utilize those strengths to the best of their ability.
One day someone's going to get good enough to start patenting this shit, and then teams are going to be like, he or she are going to be known as the person that does it and has a data set and only sells it, makes people sign NDAs and shit.
There's too many variables. Like, I'm all analytics to a point. There's too many variables in sports, like, and to have like numbers be the deciding factor. You know what I mean? There's momentum, there's players, there's weather, there's heart, there's that's why you play the games. You know what I mean? So I'm an old school guy, but
I agree with you, Colonial. I hate it when people say, "Oh, this person deserves this." It's like, no, that's why you have a tournament. The team that deserves the win is a team. Like that's what the tournament's for. Is to see who deserves the win.
You got to go through the motions. It's life. Like, yeah.
No, I agree. But I think that's all interesting shit.
I agree with that 100%. There are tons of variables. However, I do feel like data does play an important role. And us hiring a data-driven chief soccer officer or whatever it was, I think is pretty cool, and I'm on board. I'm into it.
I think so
this resume sounds awesome. This guy.
I'd be curious to see like where they intersect. Like how much of the eye test do you use? How much of like old school just scouting and all that, and then how much do you marry it with the data as well is another thing too. So, but anyway, we'll get.
Keegan looks like he's trying to complete a geometry test or something.
Equation or something.
Yeah. He's like, oh, for like the last 5 minutes. Like,
I noticed that.
I started looking through a football reference, which has like data on all. Yeah, I know. I'm listening. I was curious. So I was looking through a football reference at all the stuff that you can go through, like all the data points they have.
Keegan's just going through different conspiracy theories right now. He can give a shit about us.
Oh, yeah.
There's some new good ones on the Wendigo.
Oh God!
You'll have to send me some shit. But
and Patty.
Yeah, I'll pass it along. But more rumors, more SDFC rumors. Sergio Ramos again. I keep seeing stuff linked with him, and also Bob Bradley as coach. What do you guys think about those two? We already talked about Sergio Ramos beat that dead, horse to death. But what about Bob Bradley as coach?
Well, we could talk more about Sergio Ramos. I don't think that's.
Yeah.
I mean,
why do you give the thumbs down, Cree? I'm warming up to it, and it makes a lot of sense. Why do you give the old thumbs down?
Because we're going to end up spending $12 million on a 38-year-old aging defender who
we
might.
yeah.
I mean, like that money could be so much better spent on a different younger player.
Fair. Gotcha.
And I think he's still. I guess he's still solid from what I understand, but he's only going to go downhill the moment he steps on the pitch. It's not like someone like Chucky who actually has room to grow. He's on the very, very tail end of his career, and $12 million for that. If you're going to spend $12 million on a 38-year-old, at least have it be like Ibrahimovic or like an exciting forward or something, not a left back or center back, whatever he plays these days. That's my take.
Yeah. I guess I'm a little bit more excited. It's the MLS, so that quality is going to be a downgrade for him for the defenders. And I get your point. It's a fair point.
I like his experience, his yelling at players on the field, that type of stuff. He'd organize and be a good captain style. But that age really does scare me. And he played 20-something games for Sevilla this season, which is real good, and from what I understand, he was pretty decent, but
like in the MLS, when it's like it's a physical league, and like you brought up in the past, with the traveling and stuff, like how's his body gonna hold up? If it was $4 or $5 million and he wasn't a DP, hell yeah, let's do it. But 12 mil, I mean, I just don't.
Yeah, I have no idea, and I don't even know numbers or anything. Carlos Vela was another one I saw being bandied about.
Oh,
went to
really?
LAFC. Yeah, I don't know. That would be.
I love Carlos Vela.
He's good at LAFC.
He was awesome, man. I'm a big fan of that guy.
So you'd be on board for that?
Hell yeah, I would. Like, I know whatever he played for the LA team, but whatever, it's a business, and he's a great player. And he's Mexican, right?
Yeah, he is. The thing is like, why is he a free agent right now? Like, there's got to be a reason for that, right? Like, he could be playing anywhere.
Injury?
No, I mean he played for LAFC last year, I think, and then they didn't re-sign him this year, and he hasn't played anywhere since. So like, I feel like there's got to be a reason for that.
Maybe we can get him on the cheap.
Yeah, we could get him on the cheap. But what if they had to like restructure his deal and they couldn't fit him in there? Maybe it has nothing to do with his form. You know what I mean? It just could be they had to restructure or whatever. I don't know, but
that could be the case. But it's been, the league started in February, March, or whatever, and it's now June, and he still isn't playing anywhere. Like, does that tell you that? San Diego? Yeah, I mean, maybe, but he's passing up money in the meantime. Like, I'm curious why other MLS teams haven't reached out, and that makes me wary of him.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea why. I don't really know what the situation is. I just keep seeing those rumors around. So,
Keegan, what's your thoughts on Sergio Ramos?
I kind of agree with you. I'm worried at that age, and with basically what you're saying with how physical it is with the travel. But if we sign him for $12 million at he's 38 and he gets injured in the first 6 weeks of the season, he'll be done forever, and he's not young. He's not going to bounce back. So for that kind of money, I don't know. But then again, Colin, you're right, it is MLS, so be able to dominate everybody. But I feel like if you're going to spend that much on a DP, he's probably not worth it.
And God, all this 38-year-old talk is making me feel real old.
Yeah,
that's
old, man. Thanks, Jesus.
I couldn't shoot. Imagine having to run that much right now. I would die. You kidding me? Let alone having to play a sport. Yeah, fuck that. But now,
Bob Bradley is sorry.
Bill Brasky.
Bob Bradley's interesting. How is he doing in that Egyptian? He's coaching like an Egyptian team, right, Nate?
Oh, that was a while ago where he coached Egypt, the national team.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was.
I think he's in because he went to LAFC after that, and now he's in Norway, something like that. I forget where he's at right now. But I would be fine with Bob Bradley. I mean, he would a lot of MLS experience, already done the expansion. I think this would be his third expansion team. I think he was the first coach of the Chicago Fire. I think. I'm probably wrong.
Really? Good
Dude,
fact check on
don't
that one,
quote
anybody?
me.
On
Fact
producer
check
Trev,
me.
maybe?
But I believe that he has
Don't fact check me.
ample experience with expansion teams. But I would be fine with Bob Bradley.
Wow, you were right. You're
Robert
right, Nate.
Frank Bradley
Yeah.
is an American soccer coach who's currently manager of Norwin Club Stabæk.
Pronounce that team name, Colin.
Stabæk.
Yeah, no.
Chicago Fire's
It's like a weird symbol.
first head coach in 1998 was Bob Bradley.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
Look at the boy go. That's impressive.
I kind of actually like Bob Bradley. And I think, like Nate, you said, he's got a bunch of experience. I know in some of the Riptide, or actually not the Riptides, but the San Diego Discord, people were talking about how we would receive a lot of shtick from the LAFC fans if he were to be over here. But we're gonna get a lot of shtick from the LAFC fans, regardless of who's the coach, who's our players. That's just gonna be a rivalry forever. So I actually am a pretty big fan of Bob Bradley.
And I'm not worried about what LAFC fans think. I feel like that meme of Don Draper in the elevator, and the guy's like, "I feel sorry for you," and Don Draper's like, "I don't think about you at all." That's how I feel about LAFC fans.
Yeah, Jimmy Crack Corn.
Yeah, I don't think I could give a shit less. We're not friends with them. They're gonna be our biggest rival. Fuck them.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if Bob Bradley comes and then whips their ass with San Diego FC, that'd be great. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
rub it in their face more.
I liked Bob Bradley when he was the USA coach. I think I think tactically he's sound. It'll be interesting to see what game plans he would bring in as the manager, whether that he's kind of forced to implement the right to dream style or if he has a little more autonomy, because his style was a little boring, if I'm being honest. Like, as opposed to Klinsmann or even Berhalter were a little more attack minded, where he was more about being tactically sound and not conceding. It's less attacking football, whereas Right to Dream is a little more attacking. So that would be interesting for me to see. I would hope the Right to Dream style would be more utilized as opposed to Bob Bradley's style.
I feel like it has to be. I mean, they own the team pretty much, so I think it's their way or the highway is how I feel. But who knows?
Yeah, agreed.
But no, other fun stuff. There's been watch parties for the tournaments that have been going on. So actually, rewind a little bit. I brought up the watch party because Julie and I went to one. Well, the first 2 seconds of one. Yesterday, because we went to the grand opening of the store in Mission Valley of 18 Threads, which is the merch store. Now, we RSVP'd to it and all that stuff. There's a big hoopla, and then we showed up, and it was just the doors were open, and then it was a store. But it was fun. I guess, the night...
They always get you.
I know. Fuckers. No, the night before, they had done a thing for the VIPs, people that have bought the super fancy, expensive tickets and all that shit. So that makes sense. That's who should be able to get to do the ribbon cutting and shit like that. I get that. They supporting the team, so, but it was cool, dude. It's sick. Well, I'll send you guys pictures. I'll send pictures so we can put them up. But, and I think Julie posted something on the Instagram, but you guys, I got more shit. I did. Can't help myself with the scarves,
They're dope.
Look at it. It's all sparkly and shit.
Love that.
That's cool.
Dude, I am totally loving
sparkly.
it. Chris, you want to give our listeners, our audio only listeners, a description?
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. It's basically like the 18 threads sort of. Well, now can't even see it anymore.
Oh, that's cool. There's a chain. So it's a chain. It's got, imagine Raider colors, but the chrome is just very sparkly and vibrant. And then there's a chain linked in there too. But
In person, it's more blue. You can definitely tell that it's navy blue.
Oh, okay,
so.
it looks black on screen, at least on my TV, but it's more blue. That makes sense.
It's very
Navy
sparkly.
blue.
It's gorgeous.
Like it makes the thing. It makes the medallion.
Oh,
if you have it
cool.
draped, it's like a chain.
Oh, that's tight.
Sick.
Cool.
So yeah,
Like
if you put it, if you put it
it's
around,
like what?
That's
And
so
the chain is
sick.
hanging.
Dude, that's fire. I need that.
Dude,
Right?
at night at the games when the
sick.
silver's all shining off all the light,
so
that'll look so
cool.
sick.
Dude, that one's fucking sick, huh?
Yeah, god damn, I need these.
And then I had to get the lowrider one.
Oh, what?
Dude,
Oh,
look
no
at that.
way. That
It even
is
says
he
tight.
sees me rolling.
Damn. Those are cool, man.
Yeah, these are sick.
That font is sick on that.
I like how Nate's been holding a lighter this whole time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had to light some incense in the room earlier, some sage to get the
Incense.
demons.
Yeah.
Was that what it was?
That was some real sticky, icky incense.
I will even bring it over, and I wanted to pick it up and get it out of the way. Jeez,
It's just like a lit blunt. Look at my incense.
Dude, how funny would that be? No. I have, I have at least a little bit of couth, just a little bit. I'd be if I spoke before this, I wouldn't be able to talk to you guys like this. That's for sure. But San Diego FC's, lucky it wasn't a big hoopla 'cause I came prepared. I was gonna double barrel it and shoot off confetti into the store. But nope, nobody was there. I'm joking, Chris.
Quickly get arrested.
Do that. I would never do that.
I was gonna say you're gonna have a security guard drawing his pistol on you.
I'm just showing you all the stuff on my desk now because Chris calling me out. Stuff, my dirty desk.
You dirty dog.
So how was the story?
So store's amazing, very bougie, very hip. It's awesome. You guys should go buy shit. But no, it's cool. A lot of new merch, a lot of cool stuff.
It looked big from the pictures. Like it looked, I don't know. I hadn't been there previously, but it looked really nice. Like
it was.
huge.
They had a portion that was like it looked like that virtual golf you can do to practice your swing where you hit it into the screen. But
Simulator.
it was like 3, and 2 of the sides had the SDFC logo, and then the other one had a video of the Chucky event at Radio Show. So it was pretty cool. It's running off a little computer. And I was taking pictures of the computer, like, that's cool. It's a cool little build, nerding out. So yeah, store's awesome.
Nice. Gotta get down there.
Yeah. What else for San Diego FC? Anything else? Nothing much else. Chrome Ball schedule stuff. Oh, the watch party there was at Novo, which is right by. That's why I brought up right by the 18th Reds. So Julie and I Mexico was going to play Jamaica, and Julie and I already had a couple drinks, and so we bounced out. Was feeling tired, and then played Overwatch that night. So yeah, that was our Saturday. Yeah, and lastly on the SDFC front, Chrome Ball Tour schedule. Chrome Ball Tour still going on. The next one, I just pulled it up, is
Solana Beach. Oh, sorry.
July 27th, La Colonia Park. Details to come, 9 a.m. to 1.
It's interesting. It's only till 1 p.m. That's the first one that's like just the morning, basically. I wonder why.
Solana Beach is chill. People want to go to the beach and do things.
Let's party. No, the Carlsbad one is August 3rd. After that, looks like. So yeah.
And then I think there's, well, at least according to the calendar, there's the Coronado one is also going to be in July. They just haven't announced a date yet. So
is it at Chuki's house?
or Manny is the one with the mansion.
Oh, Manny's got the mansion.
Yeah. But I would imagine the Coronado one will be. It says July, and if Solana Beach is July 27th, one might assume that the Coronado one would be a bit sooner, because it's impossible to be later in July. So curious, very curious.
Yeah. And the Solana Beach one is like exactly a week before Carlsbad. They're back to back. Carlsbad looks like a bigger one with the whole tournament and everything. So,
Nice.
Yeah. Speaking of sports people that live in Coronado. Hugo Sanchez also lives part of his life in Coronado. Anyway. All right, MLS stuff. You guys watch any? I didn't watch too much. I was, busy gardening and stuff. I mean, highlights and all that stuff, but not full games. The same teams are still good. The West is going to be tough, dude, with Raw Salt Lake being really good and LAFC and LA Galaxy. All the teams are fucking firing right now.
Was there any noticeable drop off with players leaving on international duty that anyone noticed? I mean, Miami is a big one, obviously with Messi. But
even them, they won with down to 9 men against Philadelphia. Did you guys see that?
I missed that. Really?
Dude, yes. And Philadelphia lost with 11 people on the field, and in the dying seconds of the game. Can you believe that shit? Wow. And that's without all their superstars. So yeah.
Dang. That's embarrassing.
I didn't notice too much other than the Argentinian fellows, but that's just my particular team.
No. How many goals were you saying were scored, Colonial?
Oh, I think Wednesday, because it was a double game week. I think the broadcast said 51 goals were scored Wednesday, if I heard correctly, which,
damn,
that's a hot pizza pie.
Yeah. Dude. The MLS definitely has
what a saying. That's a hot pizza pie. What are you, fucking pizza boy over here?
I can be.
Can we clip that?
Pizza pie.
Yeah, can we? That's amazing. Trev, you got to put that on the soundboard. Every time someone says something, it's Colin going, "Oh, that's a pizza pie." Oh, Chucky scored a hat trick last week.
Oh man,
that would be so good. But yeah, dude, MLS is good. Dude, Arango's good. Puig, Bawanga, so many good players right now. Arango, everybody, they're all good. Chicho, Cucho, all of them.
My boy Benteke scored again, I believe.
Evander, he's playing good. There's some studs.
Yeah. Well, speaking of MLS, you guys want to get into it? A little fantasy roundup.
I heard Mariah Carey. This is just rumors, conjecture, the whole thing. But I heard that she might want to come on the podcast and do a live version of the fantasy song.
Damn.
But I don't want that.
We can squeeze her in, maybe.
I don't know.
Just in the podcast, that is.
We tell Mariah Carey no.
Yeah.
You want to keep this grassroots. Thanks, though, Mariah. Thanks, though, MC. We appreciate it. No, so far, Acosta has been my shining star. He scored me 58 fucking points this.
You're smoking me, homie.
Ooh,
beating the pants off me.
111 to 70. Nate is winning currently.
Oh,
man, I had like a respectable game week at least, but yeah, your captain went crazy.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and I've just kept him as my captain. He's a stud. He's going to get his American citizenship. And I saw a question online posed that was like, if he does, do you think they should give him a try? I'm like, what? Yeah, dude, he should absolutely get a run out at the U.S. team. Are you shitting me? That would be so sick.
Heck yeah. That's incredible.
Yeah, he is. That would be cool. He's trying to get his citizenship, sped up. I'd like to see him on the World Cup roster. That'd be sick.
In a couple of years, yeah, that'd be rad.
I mean, yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. I would like to see him at least, in the roster and see what happens, but he's got a lot of guys ahead of him.
Keep watching him, Chris. He's good.
Yeah, put him on the bench, get him, as a reserve player.
I think he would do it. But yeah, he's been my best person on my fantasy team. And then Arango. Those have been my two best. But I do have Benteke and Carlos Gil. He has been really good and kind of under the radar, but he's been solid all fucking season. And by under the radar, I just haven't seen a ton of posts about him or anything like that. But I feel like he's been pretty solid.
Yeah, he's very good. He's if you know, you know. But like, yeah, he's. I'm putting him on my team for many a week.
Yeah. But yeah. Keegan, how you doing in fantasy? MLS fantasy.
I got my.
Keegan, how you doing?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to bring it up, Chris. Chris kicked my ass. I got my ass kicked this week.
It wasn't that big of an ass kicking. It was 92-76.
Yeah, well, compared to true.
The
But,
real ass kicking in this league happened in a different matchup. Sorry, Keeks, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, that's about it.
Yeah. And it's Trevor. He lost to Stu.
What's the score?
140-59.
Oh,
that is
my
one big pile of shit. That is one big pile of shit. That is one big pile of shit.
Trevor.
Yowza.
I prefer not to
Damn, I
speak.
thought I got beat down bad.
Oh, I heard that. I heard that Mourinho in there.
But the standings as it stands is I am in first place with 36 points. Nate's in second, 33. Keegan 27, Stu 24, Trev 24, and Colin bringing in the rear. Oh my, 18 points. He is very far back.
I keep running into freight trains every week, dude. Like I just keep running into guys that put up 100+ points every week. So, but I suck, to be fair.
Your point differential is negative 183. Oh.
Well, we're playing for next year.
Yeah. This is a tester year. Absolutely. But no, and then just international soccer. There's 2 tournaments going on, the Copa America that the United States is in and the Euros. What's up? That's what I'm representing, dude. USA.
First of all,
USA.
this is a big story, dude. Read the papes.
Read the papes.
Love
guys.
it.
Read them. Yeah, USA, man.
Oh yeah, they played Bolivia today, and they look good. Let's talk about it. I liked it. The only one we all know, only one player on the U.S. had a poor game, but other than that, I think everybody looked good. Pepe, frustrating. You should have scored at least one of those, but you look good the whole time. You know. So I don't know. I felt great watching it. It was a fun match. That was sick.
Let's give some love to the captain, Pulisic. He had
Sick. Yeah, dude, they came out fired up. Like they couldn't wait to play, and to have Pulisic purely score that banger that early was just like, it was just pedal to the metal from there, basically.
Yeah, he had a banger in the 3rd minute. It was like 2 minutes and 30 seconds in. Right from the sweet spot. If you play FIFA, you know. He looked so good. And then he assisted the 2nd goal as well to Balogun. He looked fantastic.
Yeah, it was fun.
Go ahead, Keegan.
I was gonna say there's few games that whole game was just fun to watch. Sometimes they're very frustrating watching US team games. That game was like we just dominated from, like you were saying, Colin, just came out and killed the whole time. It was a very enjoyable game to watch, and yeah, everybody looked great. Good omen for the rest of the tournament.
But the thing is we played Bolivia, and they might be the worst team in the tournament.
They are.
So we could have easily won 5-6-0. However, the issue that I'm concerned with was, and Nate, you alluded to it, was Chris Richards in defense. He had 5 giveaways, particularly 2 or 3 that were on our own half, that if we're playing Argentina or Brazil or even Uruguay or even Panama, who we play next, that's going to turn into a goal, and you can't make those kind of mistakes at this level. So I don't know if it's Carter Vickers, Nathan, if that's who comes in and steps up and takes over that spot. But Ream did great as per usual, but Chris Richards, he looked overwhelmed, frankly.
Yeah, he looked like he looked like he was not in the meeting when they went over like how the team was going to play and tactics and stuff. Like it looked like he was trying to figure it out as he was going along, and he was doing a lot of ball watching and stuff like that. And the thing is, we watched him play for Crystal Palace all season, and he was incredible. And that's why it's just like surprising. It was just like, oh shit! Out of all the players, you would think he would be solid, and I don't know, maybe nerves or no clue, because obviously he's a really good player and he has it in him. But yeah, Cameron Carter-Vickers, I would assume, would be the replacement if he does get dropped for somebody else who had a good season with Celtic, who dominated the league in Scotland.
I just hope Greg sees what we saw with Richards and makes the proper adjustments. We'll see.
I think it would be hard not to see that. That was pretty blatant, man.
But switching gears, Tyler Adams looked really good coming back from injury. I love Yunus Musa. They kind of play the same position, so it bums me out that they both can't play at the same time. But is what it is. That's another thing that I wanted to bring up was just the depth that we have now. So like when we make substitutions, it's not like some no-name guy coming in. It's a legitimate sort of X factor coming in. But I feel confident in moving forward when a good player like McKennie or Tyler Adams is subbed out.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in like our attacking, because before Pepe got subbed in, we could have had Josh Sargent or Haji Wright. I mean, Haji Wright with Ipswich, not Coventry, that I messed up on earlier. But no, like all that stuff. I mean, like you said, people who are already good players and not like no-name players. Because before, let's be honest, we would be like, oh God, who's gonna play for Clint Dempsey when he gets subbed out? Like, we didn't have anybody back in the day. All
He
that.
does. He does play for
Right on.
Coventry.
Does he? See, I keep
He
fucking
did
up.
it again.
I did it again. Did it again.
And you like brought that up on your own, like no one had even like insinuated,
It's
like,
like-
you just like
it is
brought
like
that
a whim.
up.
That's so good.
Like, I don't
didn't
know
even say
what it
anything.
is.
I just like kept quiet.
It's like Mr. Burns not being able to know Homer's name, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Pepe could have had 4 goals, and I think I can speak for producer Trevor and myself that we were hoping to see Sargent instead of Pepe. I enjoy Pepe, and I think also part of the decision to bring him in was because the game was in Dallas, and he played for Dallas for a couple of years, so that could have been a determining factor. Also, Sargent's fitness, but I think Sargent would have finished one of those 4 opportunities that Pepe did not.
Dude,
I will
makes
say
sense.
that the keeper played for Bolivia played pretty crazy, and we were like the Bolivia players were like just like fouling us a lot, like just playing like that's all they had was just the kind of dirty, rough, and like Trevor and I were talking about it. In my opinion, people just like teams played USA tough and physical just because like they either don't like us or we are usually pretty physical or whatever. So I don't know. I know we could have won, like it was like a FIFA game. We had like 24 shots like on target, it felt like. So we could have won like 6-0, but the 2-0 win is still a 2-0 win, and hopefully we against Panama. Yeah, we get it.
I feel like in the past with the US playing so direct and all those things not having quite the skill level that we have at this point, when you play those teams rough and just knock them out of their rhythm and all that, it's easy to frustrate them and fuck with them. I think that's why teams still have that thought of the US, as it was 20 years ago. And I think they still try to play us the same way. And I don't think that's going to work forever. But I just think it's, maybe the teams that, like you said, aren't as good because like if we're gonna play against Argentina, like I don't know, it's like we can outplay them for 90 minutes. We're gonna have to be rough for at least part of that game. You know what I'm saying? If we play
Yeah, it
against
makes
them,
sense.
so that's kind of how it works. It doesn't, you know how that goes.
I think
It comes with territory.
I think a true test for us will be Panama's going to be a good test. That's our next match on Wednesday.
Yeah.
We should win that game, but it'll be a good test. But Uruguay, that's going to be the real, I think.
They're good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, they won 3-1 today over Panama. And they've won the Copa like I think 9 or 12 times or some shit.
More
So-
than that, I think.
So
16, I think something. Sorry.
Oh, was it? Wow. So I think that'll be the true metric for where we're at in terms of competing in this tournament. If we can beat them, then we have a shot to win this thing.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah. Timothy Way is amazing too. Just throwing that out there.
Love that kid.
Me too. And then the Euros are going on right now. Are you guys still good with your picks that you picked? I'm happy with my Germany and Italy dark horse pick. I'm fine with
Dude,
that.
Germany, they barely got. Do you see that at the death? They
I
got
saw.
one just to equalize 1-1.
Right after Switzerland had a goal disallowed, that was really close. Yeah, that was a good game.
But I took England, and I'm not very confident, to be honest.
I don't remember who I picked.
Yeah.
You took
I think the Netherlands were my dark horse, and then to win it,
España. Did you take Spain?
I hope so because they look fucking
I
good.
don't think anybody took Spain, but I feel like they've looked better than any
I
other
think-
team.
Nate, I think we both took Germany, if I remember right. I think we
I
both
think
took
so.
Germany.
We could go back. We could go back and look. It is Spain, and I'm saying that it wasn't. No, but Spain has looked amazing. In my opinion, they've looked the best so far.
Same.
And
Portugal have looked good.
yeah,
I saw something where because Ronaldo, it was like 2-on-1 with the goalie about to score, and Ronaldo passed it instead of just shooting it. And I think might have been Stu Holden tweeted like if Ronaldo's passing instead of shooting here, it means they mean business, and Portugal's going to be deadly. Just good point.
Yeah,
Ronaldo of
they
old
look-
might have shot that and fucked it up or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
oh
they're
yeah,
fun to watch.
and they're playing. It feels like they're playing to Ronaldo's strengths too. He doesn't have to track back at all or anything like that. So they are there. There's a lot of good soccer going on right now, and then we can do, in a couple weeks when all the group is done for the Copa America, we can see how we feel there because the Euros progress faster. They're already through their group stage. I think a bunch of them are, at least some of them are.
Mhm.
I think it finishes in either tomorrow or the day after the group stages finish.
Yeah.
Soccer summer, dude.
Love it.
But that was it. That was it for me. Unless anything else, you guys, in the soccer world.
I just had a funny thing. My son is sorry, I just got bit. My son's 4, and we're sitting on the couch, and he'll watch soccer like if I have it on or something, but doesn't watch a lot of it or know anything about it. And then the USA game came on, and then he goes, "Oh, is Messi playing?" And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, where's Messi?" And then I was like, "Messi, the soccer player?" And he's like, "Yeah, where's he?" And I was like, "How do you know about that?" And he's like, He's watching YouTube Kids, and it came up. He has some cartoon, and I'm like, "That's crazy!" Like, out of nowhere, he just knows Messi.
Fred, and he's got a pair of slacks. Ooh, Fred.
Dude,
But it's
that's
wild how big
amazing.
he is.
That is crazy. He is, he's like a worldwide phenomenon.
Yeah,
Not like
Sure
he
is.
is.
yeah.
I could picture your young lad churning into the next Messi. Let's make it happen. Although he'll be like 2 feet taller than Messi, but
Yeah. It'll be like Peter Crouch.
yeah.
But yeah, doing the robot.
Yeah.
Well, Keegan.
Oh, he's running. He's running. He's running. He's running.
Not this time.
Did he?
Oh, not this time. Oh, damn it.
He had
even
a
has
stroke
the-
at the end there.
Yeah, I was
He
gonna
has the
say, did he have a heart
brass
attack?
I was like waiting for you to kick it to head. I'm open. Just frozen in the air.